Hi, this is Henry Chamberlain, and welcome to the June edition of Board Briefings. I want to talk about leadership this month, something for you to focus on over the summer and into the fall. And my reason for bringing it up is a couple things. One is it's strategic, but two, there's a lot of literature out right now talking about it. Harvard Business Review has done a wonderful booklet here on leadership insights, articles over the last 20 years that you might want to pick up as a strategic board. Great reading for folks. The American Society of Association Executives, and if you don't have your staffs involved, please think about ASAE and their programming. But they have a wonderful magazine, and they do a leadership issue every year, which is out. And the last board briefings, if you remember, talked about Dan Pink. He was talking about how you motivate people to achieve goals. So I want to do a couple things. I want to give you an exercise to think about over the summer, or maybe it's your September meeting, but put out a profile form for each of your members around the board. And this is especially important for boards that are 10 or 12 up to 20, the bigger boards. But you'd be surprised how little people around the table know about some of the folks in the same room with them, because there's never been a concentrated attempt to orient people to what's around the table. So have people create a simple form, name, occupation, company, job responsibilities, maybe a little bit of career history, but have them also talk about family, hobbies, other groups they're involved with, but have everybody fill out a simple profile form and then share that material with everybody as a group and talk about that at maybe over the summer again, or maybe it's a retreat, maybe it's at your September meeting. But talk about the kinds of talents and interests you have around that table. Helps the board get to know each other and be a little more conversational. But what it'll also do is it'll give you a profile of what you've got around the board. And as you're planning your 2011 business plans and looking off into the future, maybe the next 2, 3, 4 years, you want to think about who do you have around the table that are advocates for you? Or do you have advocates? Do you need somebody potentially going forward as you work on your business plan that's comfortable going to City Hall, working on state advocacy issues, interfacing with BOMA International? Do you have the advocates? As you're looking at membership niches out there, ways to expand your reach into potentially medical or mixed use or industrial management realms, do you have those people around the table, or should you recruit them from your committee structure? Same thing when you're looking at programming and education. Do you have people that have been involved in training? Do you have people that have been adjunct professors working at schools? If you want to work with those programs and young professionals going forward, think about the gaps you have in terms of the intellectual capital around the table, and then consciously go out and recruit those people. And while you're doing that, think about having a leadership list. Particularly, of course, for those of you that don't have one, there should be a list of folks that you have consciously as a board that are the rising stars that you want to recruit, nurture, and get involved in committees, the folks you potentially think are going to take over for you in the future. Develop a leadership list, work that leadership list. You want to, while you're doing that, of course, for you and people that are working for you now, as Dan Pink says here, find ways to thank people for what they're doing. If you're going to concentrate on this, I think it'll leave you some great firepower going forward. And for those of you coming to Long Beach, and I hope most of you are, we're going to have a leadership session kicking off on Saturday, June 26th at noon, which I'll be leading, probably with Pat Areno, maybe Bob McClure, who you know as well. But we're really going to concentrate on leadership, oriented to BOMA International, but what it's really going to do is it's going to give you a group of 50, 60, 70, maybe more like-kind folks from other associations wrestling with similar issues, then give you some folks to talk to over the next 3.5 days as we have a terrific conference planned for you in Long Beach. So I hope to see you there. Thank you.